Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for voting on our last poll. If you guys wanted me to play some indie games, WildStar Open Beta, or Minecraft, and you guys decided Minecraft. So I'm going to give you a little tutorial on how to connect and play on our server. We do have our own launcher because Feed the Beast is a little too slow for our taste at this point to be able to give you guys updates all the time for fixes and bugs and things we change, mods we add, remove, etc. So we decided that we'll keep using our launcher at this time. So to play, basically you can go to stonelegion.com. Yeah, there we go. And you'll see a little thread here, Adventure 2 servers out. There's some information here on how to get the client. So you can click that link, or you can go up to the top and click Downloads. And then you can click Minecraft Stone Legion. You can click Stone Legion Client. And then you'll get a download screen. Now, you probably have to be logged in to get to this point. So up here somewhere, probably create account. Might as well join our community, right? You guys are part of my YouTube. And then you can click download. Now, this is when it gets a little tricky. For Windows users, the exe is perfectly safe and more recommended for you guys. Windows, Linux, and Mac can also use the jar. So that's up to you. I'm going to download the exe. It's going to download reasonably quick. You're going to drag it over here. Now, this is not the full mod package or anything. This is basically the basics amount of it. Just the launcher itself, sort of just like the Minecraft launcher. And it pretty much works similar to it. So when you first click it, you're going to get this on Windows 7 and 8. This is unfortunately a nasty thing that we just have to live with, thanks to friggin' Microsoft. Basically, it warns you that your PC is protected and that it doesn't understand this application. It doesn't mean that it's a virus. It just basically means that it could be a virus. Clearly, this is packaged by me. I know the author who creates a launcher. We work together really well. It's perfectly safe. But for a lot of things out on the internet, you gotta make sure you know what you're doing. It's kind of risky out there. There's a lot of people even on YouTube. It's like get free game keys from this site, things like that. So be careful, be smart, do your research. So you click more information, and then it'll bring the run anyways. And there you go. So there you go. MC Updater. And there you go. So you have to log in with your user and password, which actually, if you updated to the email authorization, it would be that way. For anyone who may have not been able to get in your account, maybe you upgraded it to the email version. So we're just going to log in here. And boom, done, logged in. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click an instance. Ignore the bottom instance. That's Stone Legion Adventures 1.0. We're playing 2.0 now. And this pops up. Basically, anytime this pops up means that there's an update required. And all you have to do is click update. And I'm going to hit progress before we click update so you can watch it. Basically, it downloads all the files and goes doo, 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 doo. And it's really fast for me only because I didn't delete my cache folder, and it keeps the MD5 data, so it doesn't have to re-download it every time there's an update, which is kind of nice, and that's what it went through there. Before you launch, before you even touch the launch button, you must change some settings. Now, to run this launcher to begin with, if you had issues launching this is probably your issue. You're probably using Java 6. You need to install Java 7, and it needs to be pretty much 64-bit. And if you're having problems with that, you're going to have to Google it, because I don't have the patience really to help people do this, and a lot of people run into this issue a lot. You need Java 7, and it needs to be 64-bit. For you guys who actually got the launcher working and everything, we need to look over a few settings to get you in the game and running decently. First of all, minimum memory, you need to change it to about 2. You could probably get away with 1.5 for min and max, but I would say 2 is the best. Make sure they're capital G's and everything, exactly what you see. PermGen must be 256. 128 is not enough. We have too many mods in our pack that causes the class files, like there's not enough room for the class files breathing basically, and goes boom. If it says here program files without the x86, you're good. And if it says some 7 somewhere in there, you're good too. Now, if it says x86, you're going to probably be in more trouble. Mac users, you're going to probably be in bigger trouble in this entire thing, because most Mac, I think, has 1.6. I don't think they download 1.7 by normal. So you're going to have issues just probably running the launcher to begin with. I'm sorry, don't have a Mac, can't help you there. But for you Windows users, if you see x86 here in brackets, you're going to have to download, install Java 64-bit, and then click for the home path here, you click browse, and what you're going to have to do is navigate in there. So if you're seeing this x86 like this, basically for people who don't realize this, on 64-bit Windows operating systems, pretty much x86 means 32-bit applications, and I guess even lower technically, but basically 32-bit. And program files pretty much means 64-bit applications. So for us, we go program files because we want 64-bit version for sure, and then click Java, and we have two versions. Honestly, it doesn't matter as long as it says 7 somewhere, 1.7, 7, doesn't matter. Click that, don't go further, so it's Java, and then JRE 7, or JDK 7, or 1.7, or JRE 1.7, doesn't matter, and just click select, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to touch anything else. You just back away. The last thing you must do, and make sure you do, is click the save button. If you don't click save, you're gonna be resetting these, and then you're gonna be in-game wondering why it's lagging. I'm gonna show you how to make sure that this worked to begin with. Now just close all this after you've saved it. Click it 10 times if you feel comfortable. And we're just gonna open the Stone Legion client again because the launch button disappears. Normally when you click update, it disappears till it's done updating. See how it disappears? And it should be back any second now. The update should be almost done. Oh, wait, no, it's already done. Derp. I forgot, it's instantly. There was no... Oh, we didn't even click the instance, that's why. I was like, I'm trying to show you something that doesn't exist. Okay, watch the update button. Now launch Minecraft should disappear, but as soon as it's updated, it'll launch. But when you do setting changes, it does make it so you have to relaunch the client. Just some derp thing, I don't know why. I'm going to report that actually and see if I can get fixed. Now we're going to launch and get into Minecraft. Now, remember, this part here is going to take you a couple of minutes. I'm running a pretty fast computer, let's just put it that way. And it's going to take me... Well, you're going to see how long it takes. I'm going to sit here with you guys. But if we go to performance here, well, here you go. I have an i7 4770K CPU. Right now, I actually have it at 3.85 gigahertz. I didn't bother overclocking it at all. But you can see this baby running like crazy. And even that is not enough to make this run smoothly. Look at this. This is my memory here. You can see I have 32 gigs of RAM. My SSD performance, a Samsung Evo. I got a new computer recently, so this is why it's pretty little badass. And this is, I have most of my stuff on a network, so I don't need to use local drives really. But I have one old disk here just for, you know, backups and stuff. And then my connection here. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, like, even with all the, you know, badass hardware I got running here, Minecraft still is a bitch to load, and it probably always will be. I wish there was like some kind of caching or catching or something that like sort of like saves some of this, like, and burns it sort of on the hard drive in a way that like it makes it so you can just double click and it loads it already. It doesn't have to recompile it. Basically, I think a lot of this is to do with images loading in the memory and stuff. And yeah, so when you log in, this might come up here. You can ignore it. Basically, we have something called OpenEye, which sends crash logs to OpenEye, and it just helps developers figure out crash logs. It doesn't give out like information of your, you know, your computer or your, you know, your name, or it doesn't give you like your house address or anything like that. It's perfectly safe. But basically, you can go in the options, change some settings if you want. The controls, we've changed it to ourselves, but yeah, you might want to adjust them. And then you go to multiplayer and you double click and boom, you log on to our server. Now, of course, I'm starting at my house. I'm doing a Let's Play series, which I'm uploading after this video. But you will start in basically a biome at spawn, which is pretty nasty. It's got these green, I forget what's the biome. It's not like a jungle. It's like more of like a sacred springs or something. Has a few big trees, but overall it's just very leafy and got some logs on it under the leaves. So you're gonna have to look for logs. Basically get enough to build a boat and leave that island instantly. Just go to the edge and leave the island. You can hit M to see the map, and the map's great. This is not Spawn, of course, but this is the map software we have, which is good. It's Map Writer, and it saves, so you can actually move around, and it's really cool. And if you hit N, you can see that view. If you hit N again, it'll disappear. So hit N one more time to bring it back. I just don't want people losing their N key basically accidentally. But yeah, you definitely are going to want to leave that island. The best thing about it is if you get on a boat and if you didn't waste too much food, you can then boat around the world till you find some land to build on. And then, of course, maybe even mobs around there, like animals and stuff. And that way you can get food. And you also don't have to worry about trekking on land trying to find animals, because most of the animals that spawn are probably already gone and dead, and I don't even think there was even any there the first day when everyone started. The other tip I just want to give people, remember, please don't build near other players. If you see another player, don't just like go walking into their building. If you really need to see their place, ask. If you see me in the game, run the opposite direction. And of course you see my coordinates and this island we're on. This is our island. Please respect that. Please don't even land on our island. Just keep going past. It's a huge world. And we're welcoming everyone on it, but remember, respect other people's boundaries. Don't open their chests, don't go into their houses, things like that. And everything will be fine. We'll have a great time, and hopefully you guys will join us. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for voting on the poll. I hope you guys even consider joining us on our server. I run the server. It's a nice, really dedicated server. So yeah, look at that FPS. You want to see something funny? Watch this. I'm going to switch this to this, and watch this. Boom! That's because I'm doing screen capture, like the entire desktop, so it looks really laggy. Woo! But anyways, I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and feel free to leave a comment. And if you have any issues, post them on the forums.